What's going on, YouTube? My name is Alicia, if you guys don't know, and welcome back to my channel. If you're watching this for the first time, make sure you thumbs up the video, make sure you subscribe um, onto the video because I wanted to be straight to the point. Sorry I look oily, greasy, whatever. I took a nap. I didn't do anything else. I woke up. It's hot. It's 80 degrees in Pittsburgh, but it's cool. But no, I wanted to share this video. I don't usually make videos like this, but this video is something that needs to be made. So I don't usually come on here, like I said, and I usually make my YouTube channel a platform of comedy and just fun and just me doing wild and crazy things that people expect me to do and some that they don't expect me to do. But I wanted to get on here right now and I wanted to spread this message because I'm dealing with something with my family that needs to be put out there. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people are dealing with this situation, but hardly, well, if they're putting it out there, it's some of it is like to bring people together and some of it is, you know, just to spread this message too. So for all of those people who are out there doing the same thing, keep going, don't give up. I support you. So, what I want to talk about today is the fact that you could tell this is impromptu because I'm holding my phone. But anywho, what I want to talk about is here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, there is an area called Mars, PA. And Mars, PA is a predominantly white area, and there are not a lot of people of different races out there. When I was growing up in Mars, I myself and my brothers and my dad were the only black family that lived in Mars. So we had to deal with a lot of racism, a lot of name calling, racist slurs, everything, a lot of KKK stuff, just ridiculous things that you wouldn't think would go on. So me moving away from Mars and everything, and I still have family out there. My nephew's out there, my brother's out there, my sister-in-law, my dad, everyone is still out there. And my nephew and my niece are at the age where they're in high school. So our local news channel did a story about my nephew. And the story was that my nephew was being called racist slurs constantly, continuously, a lot, basically. And the adults in the situation, which is the high school, they didn't do anything about the bullying. So, of course, my nephew took it into his own hands because he was tired. There are so many times that you're going to be pressed and pressed and pressed and pressed before you explode. So what happened? An explosion. So my nephew, I don't condone violence, but if an adult doesn't do anything, it's going to lead to violence. So this high school basically is trying to keep my nephew out of school. My nephew was suspended for 5 days. Nothing happened to the white student, but my nephew was suspended for 5 days. Now, my nephew was gone. He did his 5 days. Friday, which is, I believe, the 4th of May, he's supposed to go back to school. But they won't let him go back to school. I know why they won't let him go back to school, and I'm pretty sure you know why they won't let him go back to school. This is ridiculous, guys. And I just couldn't hold my tongue any longer. And I'm just frustrated and tired of the racism that is still occurring in 2018. I'm tired of seeing my people die. I'm tired of seeing my people not being able to go to a store without being followed, or the cops being called on them, or cops using excessive violence on people just because of the color of their skin. I don't usually go on here and say stuff like this, but I feel like this needs to be something that is said, and I hope I get supporters, and I hope that people understand where I'm coming from. I went live and I did this on Facebook, and I'm asking people to go follow me on Facebook and share my video because this is ridiculous, guys, man. When I was a kid, I'm going to tell you my story, and I'm going to try to make this video not too long, but I just need to get this out. When I was a kid around 10 years old, I didn't see color. I grew up in a household with a white mom and a black father and a white brother and a whole bunch of white brothers and sisters. I didn't see color until I was 10 years old. And the only reason I saw color when I was 10 years old is because somebody called me the N-word. You know what? I'm not even going to say the N-word. They called me a nigger. And I didn't even know what a nigger was. I literally had to go and ask my stepmom, who is white, what is a nigger? She said, who said that to you? And I told her, some guy that I don't even know, that has no idea who I am, seen my skin and called me that word. People are so wrapped up in the color of people's skin, and they're so worried about people the same color as me doing things to them and doing things in this world. But meanwhile, you got white kids shooting up schools. You worried about me stealing when you got white people stealing from you all the time. I grew up not knowing color until you pointed it out to me. And it breaks my heart that in 2018, a kid can bully a black kid in a high school where he's supposed to be protected, where he's supposed to get an education, and where he's doing everything in that school that you're asking him to do. He's playing all types of sports for you. And this is what kills me, that he's good enough to play sports and lead you to championships, but he's not good enough to get an education and go to school and be safe and not be called words that he's not. And for those of you watching this video, if you knew the definition of nigger, it is definitely not a racial category. It is definitely an ignorant person. I am not ignorant, and nor are my nieces and my nephews and my family that are educated, nor are they ignorant. It's a dirty person. I am not dirty. Look up the definition before you call somebody a word that you don't even know the meaning to. You're calling somebody a word that your ancestors said categorized us in one word, but we are not that word. We are educated. We are talented. We are gifted in abilities that you will never be able to reach. It's okay for you to steal culture, but it's not okay for you to kill us. How do you hate me so bad because of the color of my skin? I don't know you, and I've never done anything to you. There are bad people out there. There are bad black people out there. There are bad white people out there. Do not classify someone in a category or with a name just because of the color of their skin. All Muslim people aren't terrorists. Just like I know all white people aren't in the KKK. This is something that is dear to my heart because I've been dealing with it my whole life. It's frustrating, and it takes a lot to push hate. It doesn't take a lot to be nice and just to love someone for who they are and not the color of their skin. Martin Luther King fought for this, man. And we're still fighting for it today. Not everybody is in this category of racist. Just because you're white, that doesn't make you a racist. But if you sit back and you don't do anything about it, you're a part of it. If we all come together and stand for these kids that can't stand for themselves, the world will hopefully change. This is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in a day. But it needs to happen. And for those of you who are racist and bigots out there that are all willy-nilly to share all your hatred, We're tired. And there's going to come a point where we can't stand it anymore. And I think we've reached that threshold. Guys, we have to do something. And just because it's not affecting you at that moment, you're still classified in that group. The day you were born, there was a hate crime on your life. You were classified in a group the day you were born just because of the color of your skin. And if you can do that, if they can do that to us from the day that we're born to keep us from being educated, to keep us from prospering, they only give us, even celebrities, they only give us what they allow us to have. We as Black people do not share with our families. You got white people growing up, families passing down businesses and money and this and this and that. But as Black people, we keep it to ourselves. How will we ever prosper if we don't see ourselves more than what they classify us as? But we're so used to being called a nigger. We call each other niggas. We're so used to doing things that they want us to do that we're afraid to stand for the things that we believe in. I am tired. I'm so tired of this racist bullcrap. I'm so tired of seeing people of my skin complexion dying by the police and the police getting away with this stuff. People are taking it upon themselves to hurt us. We are hurting ourselves. We need to do something. Take a stand and do something and stop being classified in a group that you have no business being in. So if you hate me for saying this, you're probably one of those racists. And you know what? I don't care who comments negative on this video. I don't care who calls me names on this video. Today, I am going to take a stand. And if you believe in the same thing that I believe in, stand with me. I need people to share this video, thumbs up this video, do whatever you can to get this message out there, because today we are taking a stand and we are going to love each other. And it doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. I love you and I need you to know that. I love you if you're Black, white, Asian, if you're Muslim, if you're wherever you're from. I love you. I know that I'm one person, but if my one person can share this video with all of you who watch it, then my job as a YouTuber, as an aspiring YouTuber, is complete. Please, let's say enough to hatred. Let's say enough to violence. Let's not let these people keep getting away with what they're doing just because of the color of our skin. Take a stand. And today's the day we do it. Like I said, I don't usually do this, but enough is enough, man. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And let's get this message out there. Love you guys.